Hi guys, this is the Caster's Trial Stage 4 playtest log and response. And these are the contributions we all made this week. Um, so let's show you a quick demo. So as you can see, this is the introduction. We changed the background to be darker. And let's go into the easy level. Alright, so as you can see, we actually changed the pause menu to be a little darker to fit the theme of our game. Let's fight some enemies. Let's use melee, and the fighting actually works now. They do damage. Let me melee this one. Alright, and we had a bug where you could see acid through the walls here, and in other places, and we fixed that. What else? We also changed the heart sprites at the top left, so they're not the ones used in the 3D game kit anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, we also resized these acid pools because some of them were a little hard to jump over, or they could be seen through walls.
And we fixed a bug where if you jumped in one of the acid pools, the damage wasn't happening correctly. So as we can see here, jump in, and it'll respawn you with one less health.
Yep.
So that brings us to the specific feedback we got. So one feedback was we could make the text more artistic. So as you saw in that intro scene, we changed it to be more thematically match the game. I also wanted to see more enemies to make it a little bit more difficult. So we added more direwolf enemy types in. We doubled their detection radius, so they sense you a lot faster and come at you more quickly. The UI menus, again, could be darker, which Randall just showed to kind of fit thematically with the game because the default 3D game kit UI menus are quite light and they don't match. And the next thing we had would be if it was good if we could have some UI elements sort of different from the 3D game kit. So we added in, as Randall showed, the health sprites and changed that to be something that matches more. The default 3D game kit game sprites have sort of a brown outline around the hearts, which again matches their theme, but it doesn't match our game theme, which is a little darker. And then the last thing was it would be good if players could leave the level and adjust their difficulty. We didn't have that as a UI menu option, so we built that in as well. Also, an additional game over menu screen if the player runs out of health, and that allows them to also restart the game. So moving on to the next slide.
So we ended up playtesting our game with 5 playtesters and received the following feedback. So to cover it real quick, our first playtester was discussing how the secret exit could be more secretive. So they also discussed that they encountered an issue where the dire wolves would sometimes fly into walls after receiving a hit. Our second playtester enjoyed our medieval theme, but they also were hoping to see more of a blocking ability with our heroine being able to block the attack of the dire wolves in a form of a counterattack. Our third playtester mentioned that the acid pool was very large and that it was a bit cumbersome to jump over, so they asked for it to maybe become a bit smaller. Our fourth playtester mentioned that they lost all their lives after respawning, and that they would hope to see a better, more forgiving system. A less forgiving system. And then lastly, our fifth playtester said that they ran into a weird situation where when they fell into the acid, they were taken back to a checkpoint and they had their health go all the way back to max. So we want to hopefully fix this issue where the health will adjust appropriately after our heroine falls into acid.
And here's our plans to address playtest feedback that we just got. So first of all, and we're planning to just direwolf the prefab of direwolf so that they don't fly into walls. And then we'll implement a blocking ability for our heroine so she can counter attacks of the direwolves. And then we'll design a game over system which will cause the game to terminate when the player health is depleted. And last but not least, we'll refine the acid pool so they properly deplete the player's health.
So here is our division of responsibilities in stage 5. Samir is gonna fix game mechanic bugs that were discovered in playtesting. and he will also help Sean with the itch.io. And Randall is gonna do the experiment with block ability implementation. Yifeng is gonna add decoration to the stage. Sean is gonna setting up the game page and also helping with miscellaneous bugs. And I will be doing the bug fixing.